Hello, this is Shanker, and today um, I'm going to talk about a very interesting planet, which is Venus. And this is my experience on Venus. Small tips, use them, and let me know. Now, Venus, I will talk about relationships only here. Only that aspect of Venus. Venus covers a gamut of activities. It is the planet of Kali Yuga. Uh, about me, I'm Shankar Adawal. My mobile number is 9818733,000. WhatsApp message. If you have done some research, my website is shankarstudy.com. You can know more about me. It is my hobby, and I've been doing research on astrology and been doing astrology the last 40 years and seen thousands of horoscopes. These are things, tips based on my experiences. Now, Venus in first house, a person will have affairs, will have relationships, both before marriage and after marriage. It's a deadly place to have, a very important place where you're prone to have relationships and affairs. Venus in second house will also give you affairs and relationships, more emotional in nature, where you talk, where you want to meet, where you want to have coffee. But one more caveat is there: Venus in second house will give you relationships in your family and extended family and friends where you won't even know. I mean, where it is in the where it is said that you should not have. I mean, you can have a relationship with your friend's wife, which is not good. But again, I will not say that it will be physical, but more emotional relationships. Or Venus in second house is prone to give relationships which is in your within your family, extended family, or known circles. Venus in third house, a very bad situation to have. Venus in third house, a person wants relationships, wants physical relationships, wants woman. Venus here, I will tell you, when it is with Mars and Mercury, be sure that he will be so desperate that even a housemaid would do, if he wants it, and if he needs it, he would also go for a housemaid if he doesn't have the wherewithal or the time or the inclination to go to other, to find other pastures. So Venus in third house, be careful. Venus in fourth house, a very I've seen in all horoscopes, gives you relationships, gives you extramarital relationships, physical relationships. Venus in fourth house, in the case of woman, relationship is sure. Um, Outside marriage, 100% it will be there. Venus in fourth house, a caveat is there. When the second house has no planets, you will have another relationship, but both the wife and the other relationship, they would know each other, and will be known. It will be open. But whenever Venus is in the fourth house and you have no planets in the second and the seventh house, you will have a marriage, and you will have another um, parallel relationship going on, with where you will be supporting, and an extramarital relationship, if you call it that way. But you will have two separate houses, two houses to go here and there, and they will not know about each other. Venus in fifth house, relationship will be a hobby, um having flirting, going around. Venus in fifth house, I've seen people. It's a hobby to get into relationships, make friendships, go around with each other. Venus in sixth house, again here things change. Wife will be a rock solid support for you. She will stand for the husband, what may come. But the husband will be a Joruka Gulam. He would, be under the thumb of his wife. He would say what the wife wants him to say. He will stand behind his wife. He will have no identity of his own. Venus in seventh house is good, but I've always seen, don't do a love marriage if you have Venus in seventh house. It will give you prosperity. So that's one thing which I have seen here when Venus is in seventh house. A love marriage is not good. Otherwise, Venus in seventh house does not do anything which is very negative. It is okay. But Venus in seventh house, and here it is important, When moon is in Lagna, I mean moon is the ascendant, Venus is the seventh house, it creates all bickerings and it does not give you happiness in your marriage. Venus in eighth house will give a which will give you a wife who will keep on fighting with you, fighting with you, pricking you, will be a snob, a snot, uh, a kind where we will not be happy. Venus in eighth house can give you a love marriage, but not an extramarital relationship. Venus in eighth house is prone to give you a love marriage. Venus in ninth house is good for various aspects, but Venus in ninth house here, one thing, it spoils Mars. Mars is the executioner. Mars gets things done. Mars is the commander in chief, and when Venus is in ninth house, it spoils Mars. And as soon as Mars gets spoiled, you do a lot of things in life. You want to do a lot of things in life, but if your energy of execution is not there, I mean, you will not make it happen. So that way, Venus in ninth spoils Mars. Venus in 10th house, I've seen after marriage, the wife gets plump, fat. Venus in 10th house also makes the husband having a roving eye. He will have affairs here and there, casual affairs. I've seen most of the cases it happens. Venus in 11th house will make you have a wife who spends on luxuries, spends on things which are not required, spends on, perhaps, buying a coffee book when it is not required, things which are not required. Spender. You'll have a wife which spends. Venus in 12th house, good for, the wife will be good in physical relationships. She will be good looking. You will also prosper after marriage. But Venus in 12th house makes a wife prone to sickness, prone to disease. So that is what you have to see. Now, when we are talking about Venus and we are talking about love, marriage, other things, there are four dasha and antardasha you have in our scheme of things. You have the dasha and the antardasha. So the dasha and antardasha, four planets. Venus Rahu, that is Venus. Rahu is dragon head. Venus Rahu, Rahu Shukra, that is dragon head and Venus. Saturn Chandrama, that means Saturn Moon, Saturn and Moon Saturn, that is Moon Saturn. So when you have Venus Dasha, Rahu Antardasha, Rahu Dasha, Venus Antardasha, Saturn Dasha, Moon Antardasha, Moon Dasha and Saturn's Antardasha. These four, when they run, close your eyes and say that you are going to have problems with ladies during these four periods. It is a given. It is done. It will happen. Now, the lady could be a wife, it could be a mother, it could be a husband, it could be anybody. But you will have problems and you will have to deal with ladies. Another very important planet which has a role to play in relationships is Moon. But here I'm going to talk only about Venus. With this, I end my video. Thanks for listening to me. And if you listen to the video through, thanks for that. Thank you very much. Namaskar.